Hey everyone, welcome back or welcome to Birth of a Channel. Today we're looking at the XK A280 P51 Mustang, which is arguably right now the single greatest bang for the buck ready to fly airplane. This thing is huge for a small plane. 560 millimeter wingspan, that's just over 22 inches, a full light package, everything you need in the box ready to fly for $90 or less. I mean, I could go on forever about why I love this plane so much, but the reason I'm making this video is because so many people are running into assembly problems. The instruction manual that this comes with is the most useless instruction manual ever. And so when you take it out of the box, there's this big nest of wires coming out of the wings that need to attach. Nothing is labeled. They give you a ton of screws that you don't even need to complete the build, and they do not explain properly which screws you need to attach what to where. So I wanted to make this video really quickly to answer those questions for you and get you up in the air as quickly as possible. The biggest issue people are having are the wires. When you unbox this and remove the fuselage, the wing, and all the parts, there's going to be this big nest of wires coming out of the wing. Nothing is labeled. And so I want to explain to you exactly where things go, because it's actually remarkably simple once you know what things are and where to put them. So I am going to flip this plane over, and we are going to take a look at this the way you'd have it if you'd have the fuselage here. So you've got your wing, you've got all the wires coming out. One of them is a 3-prong connection plug, and it's the only one of all the wires that's a 3-prong connection. So here's where you put that one. If you're looking up in the fuselage here, you're going to see the twin servos for the ailerons, and right down here at the bottom of that servo, you're going to see connection ports, and you're going to see that there's already a connector plugged in to the connection that's all the way to the left. Just take that 3-prong wire coming out of the wing and just put it right there. Put it right beside the one that's already plugged in on those twin servos. That's your aileron control. As for the remaining wires, they're all only 2 prongs, and each and every wire are all just lights. And they're all going to go on that rectangular connection board that you see up on the back side of the fuselage. You're going to see that there's already one 2-prong connection on a top corner and another 2-prong connection on a bottom corner. It does not matter where you put the rest of those wires. You're going to see like 6 or so open spots. And it doesn't matter what goes where. It's just a general power board, and each of those individual 2-prong wires just goes wherever is most convenient for you to place them. And then you're going to have one port left over and unused when you're finished. So don't worry about the red and white color codes. All of that's irrelevant. Just pop them in wherever is most convenient for you to do it. Once you're done with that, that is by far the hardest part of this, and everything else is super easy. The wing will slide in just like this, and as for the screws, the 2 largest screws that they give you, one of them is going to go right here to secure the wing to the fuselage. The other large screw is going to go right here. It's going to go down this way, and it's going to go down through this. It's going to go through your tail, and then it's going to go up in and attach to the rudder. So if I flip this over, that screw is also going to screw into this rudder part up here, and you'll see this space diminish. This tailpiece is going to slide in from this way. You'll see a little rectangular notch. It's super self-explanatory. And then you just want to make sure that the holes are lined up before you put that second large screw in there. The next screw that you're going to use is when you attach the propeller. The propeller, if you have this cap off, you'll just see that the motor shaft is out with a small little hex nut on it. Just remove the hex nut, put this propeller on, put that hex nut back on, and just give it a little touch of tight, and then you'll put this cap on. And the next screw that you're going to use is a small Allen head screw, and they give you a little Allen wrench too included, but you want to use one of those small little Allen heads to drop down in there and screw in to the rotor shaft. This is a brushless motor too, by the way. Really, really, really nice. So now you've used the 2 largest screws, and you've used one of the small black Allen head screws for this. And then the final 2 screws are going to be here and here. And that is to attach the bombs. If you find that the wires are kind of keeping you from popping those in all the way, I just shaved off a little bit of the foam from the front so it didn't have to go around those wires. But that's it. The 2 largest black screws for the wing and the tail, 2 small black screws for the bomb ports, and then the small little Allen head for this. And that's all you're going to really need to know. As far as the controller goes, a lot of people have questions about the controller, and particularly what these top 4 buttons do. It's a little hard to see, but the button all the way to the left is dual rates. That's going to control 2 different rates for aileron, flap, and rudder movement. The next button over activates the light package, and look at that. 35 lights. 35 lights, and a beautiful light even down here on the bottom too. And so that next button over, if you click it again, they'll blink, and if you click it again, it shuts them off. The next button over on the controller is going to turn the gyro on and off. If you press this button, it will blink, and you'll notice you can't hear the gyro anymore. And so if you press it again, see, now you can hear and see the gyro working again. And then the final button right over here is the 3D 6G button. It's in, when this is solid, it's in 3D by default, but if you press this, it goes to 6G, and the big difference is that you get a lot more flap movement. You get a lot more aileron movement, a lot more elevator movement, and a little bit more tail movement. So 6G is really going to give you the most maneuverability. And that's basically everything. I really, really hope that this makes a lot of sense to anyone that just took this out of the box and is so frustrated, like I was, like everybody is, when they unbox this, because it's the greatest plane ever once you get it together. It's just that the instructions are terrible. Excuse me. And to put this into perspective, before I let you go, here is the profile of the A280, and right next to it, for the exact same money, is the Eachine Warbird at 400 millimeters. Both cost the exact same money, except one of them has a 22-inch wingspan, the other one is 15.75. One of them has a 35 LED light package, the other does not. And one of them has a better controller too. And for the exact same money, you can see why this new A250 is just such a massive hit with people. But the assembly is a nightmare. So I really hope that this really helps you get in the air as quick as possible, because this is just an amazing plane. Also, when you are plugging in those little wires, it definitely helps to have tweezers or needle nose pliers, and just take your time with it. They don't offer a whole ton of slack, so you're going to have to keep that wing kind of close to the fuselage when you're working on it. For that 3-prong connector that's going in, you know, right at the ailerons, servos right there, you can move that servo arm gently out of the way if it's getting in the way of you being able to plug that in. So that's everything. Hope this helped you out. And yeah, what an amazing plane. What an amazing deal. So glad I got to share this with you. Have a great day. See you soon. Peace.